Hello friends, I hope all of you are doing well. I've started with series of videos. I'll be uploading it every week. This is all about Power Platforms. This is for the beginners. We'll be learning about Power Apps and Power Automate. So please subscribe to the channel to get updates of newly uploaded videos. Also in the description box below you will find the links to various playlists. It's about Power Apps, Power Automate, SharePoint Online. So let's start with today's video. In this video, we'll be learning about basics of Power Apps. So we'll be looking at what is Power Apps, what kind of apps you can create, what are the layouts, screen sizes you can decide while creating the app, how to read the data, types of app. There are a lot many things we'll be looking at: licensing, sharing app, migration, versioning, and all that. So all the basic stuff we'll be looking at. So what is Power Apps? So it's a platform to build the apps, and this is of course a no code, low code platform. When I say no code, it is you can build the apps without writing single line of code. And when I say low code, you can add your own business logic, you can write the code. There are a lot of functions, expressions available. You can use that and add your own business logic. This is part of Office 365 or Microsoft 365 product suite. Now you might ask, what is Microsoft 365 or Office 365? It's a online SaaS platform. Microsoft provides all the softwares as a service. There are a lot many apps available. Now I'll leave it to you guys to identify what is difference between Microsoft 365 and Office 365. Of course there is a difference, so just check it out and learn about it. Then this is again one of the 5 applications of Power Platform, and other applications are like Power Automate, Power BI, Power Virtual Agent, and Power Pages. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. What kind of apps can be created using Power Apps? So you can create apps for the mobile device. You can create it for iPad, desktop browsers, all the devices. For all kind of devices, like you can create app for iOS, Windows, Android, any kind of operating system is fine. This will work there. Power Apps works as a container, so you have to install the app, Power Apps app, through your App Store or through your Play Store. Get it installed on your device and log in with your email address and password, organization email address and password, and you should be able to see all the list of apps which are shared with you. Now the main thing here you can notice is this is not available for the external users. This is only accessible within the organization users. For the external users, you can make use of Power Apps Portal now, which is rebranded as Power Pages. So that's actually external facing website. Now while creating app, you can choose between the layout and screen size, what kind of layout and screen size you are looking for. You can choose or you can decide depending on who is the audience. Are they going to use it on mobile, or they are going to use it on laptop or iPad? Depending on that, you can choose the orientation and size. And it's not that once you create the app it will be fixed for that device only. You can create app which is resizable, which will resize automatically depending on the size of the parent screen or parent device. That also you can do it. Now from where you can read and write the data, of course you can connect to more than 300 data sources here. There are different types of data sources you can connect to. Let's say tabular, wherein SQL, Excel, table, SharePoint list. You can connect to functional data sources are there, which is Outlook. Let's say you want to send an email, you want to get the manager's name of logged in user, you can make use of Office 365 users. And then other categorization is standard and premium. Standard is free connectors, premium is you need to get the separate licensing for that. So there are more than 300 data sources to which you can connect to. Now there are 2 different types of app you can create. One is Canvas app, another is model driven app. Canvas app is you will get the full control of the screen. You can start with the blank screen. You can design the UI as you want, whatever you want. You can connect to any data source. As I said before, more than 300 data source, you can connect to that. So that's the Canvas app. Model driven app is you don't have full control. It comes with defined layout, left side navigation, top navigation, command bar, forms, views. So it comes up with the default templates, and you don't have full control on the screen. You just have to use the default components like forms, view, charts, dashboards, entities, all that. It's a component focused app. So if any one of you have already worked on Dynamics 365 or even Power Apps Portal, so that is built on top of model driven app or using model driven app. So model driven app, when you create or when you think of model driven app, it's nothing but similar UI as Dynamics 365, any of it, sales, marketing, any of it. So and you can connect to only Dataverse tables. So you can't connect to any other. Let's say you said, okay, I want to create a model driven app. You can connect to SharePoint list. No, you can't do that. You can achieve it by other way, like you can. Moving to the next slide, we'll look at the development tools. What development tools are available to build the apps? Well, as you can see on the screen, there is a maker portal available, which is you can navigate to make.powerapps.com. There is no desktop tool available. When the Power Apps was launched, there was desktop tool provided, but later on Microsoft stopped the support for it. No more versions were released. Now you can build the app only through the browser. While building the app, you can preview it, you can run it. There are some tools available to test it and to monitor the performance and your API and function calls. You can use these tools. Also, while previewing it or while building the app, you can check the variables, local collection. You can check the data stored in those variables. All these options are available in the Power App Studio. Next one is once your app is ready, you might want to migrate it from one tenant to another tenant or one environment to another environment. So how you are going to do it? So yes, there are options available. You can export your app. As you can see on the screen, you just go to the Power Apps portal and select your app, and you can export it as a package. This is when you want to export an individual app. If you want to export multiple apps and if there are flows related to it, so you can put all of these into one solution. So there is a concept called solution here, wherein you can put all the apps and flows into that solution, and you can export that solution from one tenant to another tenant. In the another tenant, you can import it. Similarly, for the app, you can export it and import it to the another tenant site. So there are options for the migrations and deployments. Next one is the environment. This one is, let's say, if you want to have you are working on an app and you are doing the development of it. You are done with it. You want to release it for the production users. Now they are using it. You want to make some changes into it. So this is a regular requirement where you can have a test environment or UAT environment, a staging environment, production environment. Similarly, here in Power Platform, you can have environment. You can have your separate environments. Your global tenant admin or Power Platform admin can create the environment. Each environment can be used for different purposes, like it can be a production, it can be a trial, it can be a developer environment. In that environment, you can create the apps, flows, and your connections, your CDS database, which is Dataverse databases. You can have it. This would be separately available in that environment. So if one app you create in one environment, it won't be accessible or available in the other environment. Okay, so you can keep it completely separate. Now, if environment is production, all those apps are being used by all the users. Same app you can export, import, and put it in the UAT and do your own changes and do the testing. Once it is done, again you can migrate it to the production environment. So this would be useful uh, for the UAT staging and production environments. Now looking at the licensing part, again PowerApps, this is part of Office 365 licensing for subscription. You can the users with E3, E5, F3 can run the apps. If you are Dynamics 365, that is also available. If you are Dynamics 365 subscription, you will be able to use PowerApps. For the custom connectors, if you want to connect to a data source which is a premium connector, you need to have the separate license. You need to purchase the per user or per month plan, which is, as you can see on the screen, per user per month plan is $20 and per app per user plan is $5 per month. Okay. Now once your app is ready, you might want to share it with the users, organization users, everyone, or maybe only department users, or only with your manager. So there is an option you can share it. Just go to the app, click on share option, and you will be able to select the users with which you want to share it. While sharing, there are two options. Either you just want to share it as a user or as a co-owner. If you make it co-owner, that user can edit the app. Or you can share the app with the Active Directory group. Let's say you already have a group, AD group, and there are hundreds of users in that group. So instead of sharing the app individually with all those 100 users, you can directly share it with the AD group. Next is versioning and restoration. Let's say when you are building an app, you can save it multiple times. Whenever you save it, new version will get created. You can see it on the screen. And once you publish it, it will be marked as a live version. You can see it here. So whenever you save the changes, while saving you can add the notes also, so that later on you will come to know, okay, this version had these changes, and the version number will get created, and when you publish it, it will be available to all the users. Now you can restore the previous version also. If something is not working, you can go back to the previous version, just go back and you can restore the previous version and publish it again. So all these basic things are available. Versioning restoration is also available in the PowerApps apps. Well, that's what I wanted to cover in this short video today to understand about PowerApps Basics. Now let's look at some sample screens of the apps which I had built. This is, you can see, employees performance KPIs app. This is mobile. This was developed for the mobile interface. And one more is travel and activity app. This was intentionally developed for the browser based, like desktop based. So you can see the layout is different. Well, that's all in this video. We have covered pretty much everything what you need to learn about PowerApps. If you have any query, any question, just put it in the comment. I'll be happy to answer. And subscribe to the channel for notification of the new videos. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.